Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Piera and today we're here with our Dark Age theories. For those of you who don't know, Dark Age by Pierce Brown is the 5th book in the Red Rising saga and the 2nd book in the 2nd trilogy. It's a confusing one, it's a lot of books. But Dark Age comes out later this week and I wanted to talk about all of the theories. Now, I'm not one for theories myself because I usually will get so deeply invested and then if it's wrong, I'll be sad about it. Plus, I also don't like being proved wrong. So I don't like to speculate, especially with Pierce Brown's books when I never know what the fuck is going to happen. I don't usually have theories, but there are some really interesting theories that I did have and that I found on the internet as well that I wanted to chat to you guys about today. That being said, if you haven't read Iron Gold or the Red Rising trilogy, I don't recommend watching this video in case there are spoilers for those 4 books in the series. There won't be spoilers for Dark Age unless we magically manage to actually theorize correctly. I haven't read Dark Age yet. These are all just my theories / your theories from the internet. Seeing how we go. And on that note, if you have any theories of your own, make sure you leave them in the comments down below and we can chat about it in the few days before Dark Age comes out. First one, and one of the most pressing theories that I see kind of coming up all the time is, who is the Syndicate Queen? Now, there are a variety of theories on who the Syndicate Queen could be. If I had done my research, I could have listed off all of the quotes and the things but I didn't because I just finished a film and I'm lazy. These are the most reoccurring who the Syndicate Queen could be. Obviously, the Syndicate Queen could be a character that we haven't met yet. There is always that possibility. So that possibility aside, here are the few potential Syndicate Queen. Now, we're calling it a Syndicate Queen, but some of the characters on this list are male. So we'll see. The most common one is Sephi Valara, sister of Ragnar, rest in peace, and the queen of the Valkyrie / the Obsidian. Now, Sephi seems to be the most common theory / guess for the Syndicate Queen. I think that's largely because someone is alluding to the fact that it is an Obsidian who is the Syndicate Queen, which, look, Sephi to me, it makes sense, but I think it's too obvious. I don't think Pierce is gonna go straight up, here it is, you guys guessed it, it is Sephi surprise. Now, there are a few kind of signs and bits and pieces in Iron Gold that we see, obviously with Sephi and the Obsidian pulling back and not wanting to be part of Darrow's war anymore, obviously all the lives lost of the Obsidians, and a bunch of other drama that has gone on in the past 10 years. So Sephi is our kind of #1 main guess. I'm not buying it. The next guess is Harmony. Harmony is the red we meet throughout Darrow's journey. Obviously, she's there at the beginning of the Sons of Ares. She then turns heel, and then the last time we saw her was in Iron Gold when she attacked Lyria's home. They obviously don't specifically mention Harmony's name, but you see she's a red woman with one side of her face horribly scarred. We can only assume that that is Harmony, which leads me to believe that it's not Harmony who is the Syndicate Queen because she's busy leading the Red Hand, which is that rebel group that's kind of terrorizing the Gamma. Now, the next ones are kind of more maybes. I'm more willing to entertain this theory. So next up we have Evie. Evie is the pink, obviously we meet in book 1 with Darrow and then who she goes to join Harmony. But the theory is also that the Syndicate Queen could be a pink, which would leave perfect opportunity for Evie. Evie who has risen from the bottom. Potentially. I don't see Evie as having kind of that worldly knowledge, if you know what I mean. The main theories are that it is either a pink, an Obsidian, and potentially a red. Now, the other ones that I've heard, some more likely than others, some not so much. So we've got Julia Arbelona, who's Cassius's mother, who we obviously see in Iron Gold when she comes as an emissary for the Ash Lord. Maybe. We've also got Dancer, who I'm kind of yeah, I guess so, but I feel like he cares about Pax and Electra too much to kidnap the children, if that makes sense. I don't think he is. I think he's above kidnapping children. And the two that I found the most interesting in this theory pot were Mustang's mother, who, you know, as we learn at the end of Morningstar, died. I don't know, I mean, he's on-screen death sort of thing. The other potential is it could have something to do with Severo's mother, Bryn. Obviously, if you've read the Sons of Ares comics, that kind of delves in more into Bryn's story and into Fitchner's story. And there's a few other characters in that series that could potentially either come back in Dark Age that we might see again. I could just be reaching here, but those are kind of the main Syndicate Queen crackpot theories. Next one. The spy. The spy that has kind of plagued Darrow, leaked things, all that sort of stuff. One of my theories is that it's Daxo. Pax's brother, Daxo Al-Telemanus, who has been wonderful this entire time. But Pierce has I don't know if he's done it intentionally, but he's left breadcrumbs about Daxo throughout the book. Not so much Morningstar, but a lot more in Iron Gold, which just kind of brings Daxo to the forefront of the suspect list. Now, I don't off the top of my head know exactly what it was, but there are definitely things to support Daxo being the spy, whether it's an intentional or not. So, interesting theory. Another theory that I kind of have is the Pachelbel bird that Sophocles chasing all the time. Now, obviously we find out that Sophocles has been cloned and 21 times and he's 700 years old. And so he could technically, it could just be He's on heat. He's an excitable 21st-year-old fox. Myself, personally, who has degrees in animals, not foxes, but there is the theory that the Pachelbel birds are more important. They've been mentioned many times throughout the story, and maybe too many times to be nothing. There's a theory that the Pachelbel birds are spies of some description, like they're mechs, and Sophocles can hear like the whirring of the inside that like humans can't hear. I don't know, like I like that theory. I will entertain that theory till I die. Another one of the big theories is that Darrow will die in this book, which I don't want that. I feel like that would be like a cheap sort of, I wouldn't put it past Pierce Brown to do that and to just straight up just kill Darrow. I think it's a cheap plot device. Like we had a whole trilogy around Darrow. We have a whole other series. And I mean, making Mustang a POV, it makes it more likely that Darrow might die. Having the Severo breakup makes it more likely that Darrow might die. It makes sense if Darrow died, like he's kind of served his purpose as the Reaper. What does he do now sort of thing. I don't want Darrow to die. I don't think I would enjoy it if Darrow died. I don't know, especially in book 2, like then what do you do for book 3? I read Red Rising, like yes for all the other characters, but mostly because of Darrow's point of view. I like Darrow as a protagonist. I think it would be cheap to kill him. Other theories that Casius is alive, which I have gone with day 1. Cassius Albulona did not get an off-page death. Doesn't happen. Diomedes or someone has squirreled him away and he's alive and he'll come back at some point. I don't know the specifics of it, but I don't think Casius Albulona is dead. The real plot twist would be if he actually was dead and Pierce is like, yeah, no, he's dead. I told you he was dead. And we're all just like, nah. We've got the romance theory between Alexander and Ronna, which I don't hate. I mean, it would be adorable, like red and gold love, and there always like that sexual tension there. Also the theory that maybe Alexander is a bad guy in terms of he's one of Lorne's grandsons. So maybe he's got some like hidden agenda that, you know, Darrow kind of dragged his family into it, who knows. The theory that Tongueless is Ragnar's dad, I feel like that would be too easy. I feel like that's too easy. Like I don't think the math adds up. I feel like someone mentioned that Tongueless is about 40, Ragnar was about 40 maybe. I don't actually remember, but I feel like that one is too easy. If it is, great, that's cool, sick. Also, why does Tongueless not have a tongue? Curious. The theory is about Lysander's parents. Why doesn't Lysander, who has a brilliant memory, remember his parents? Brainwashed, that's why. Somebody, which I'm going to assume had to be Octavia Owloon, did something to his brain when he was little, but something has happened to Lysander's memories regarding his parents, which makes me believe that maybe they're not dead. Ooh, maybe they're the Syndicate Queens. Who knows? The other theories is that Vogel will die because we can't have anything good. That would make sense to me because Pierce Brown is a monster. I just want to have faith that he's not going to go around killing all the obsidians that we love. Like Ragnar cocked it. We liked Wolfgar for a minute there. He died. I saw a theory that the Jackal is alive somewhere. Maybe he's got a kid. Who knows? Lilith was another Syndicate Queen potential. Maybe. That poison flower that Dr. Liago was doing, creating in Lyria's point of view, definitely going to play into something somehow. I don't know. You don't spend that much time talking about a flower for it just to be nothing. The theory of Apollonius doing a jackal and turning on Darrow, which is what we all expect. I remember specifically when Darrow's like, I'm going to get Apollonius out, we were all like, no, Darrow, don't. I love Apollonius so much that it would be, the plot twist would be if Apollonius was a good guy and didn't betray Darrow at all. That would be the plot twist. Another theory is that something will happen to Pax, which will cause Mustang and Darrow to split, grow apart, whether that's Mustang having to do with Darrow's death, maybe she has to order his death or something like that, and all of those sorts of ties between like Darrow, Mustang, Severo, and Victor I haven't really gotten into because like those are ones that I would want to sit down and like specifically go through. Something happening to Pax, which I don't know if Pierce Brown will kill Pax off twice. Also, the children. We still don't know Severo's second daughter's name, which apparently Pierce is like, oh, you don't know it for a reason. I don't know if we just don't know it for a reason or he was just being a smartass and just forgot to fucking name her. We'll see. I will be interested to see. I hope it's something cool. I really do. And Victor will probably give birth in this next book. Oh, that's exciting. What if it's a boy? All these questions. In the last one that I have for you guys, which I thought was pretty interesting. So the book cover looks like this. So we have this black snake on it that everyone was like, oh, it's a pit viper, it's a pit viper. Just mentioned that nobody, like when he put out, guess what's going to be on the front cover, nobody mentioned black snakes. For some reason, this is like the YA snake that's going around at the moment. He said, you don't know what it is because you haven't met the Gorgons. Now, interesting tidbit I've just picked up on my Iron Gold reread as well. Pandora. So Pandora is one of the Ra family's Venator. I forget her like title, but like military policewoman. Lysander mentions that she has a black snake-like implant, which is like an old war relic. I forget if it's on her hand or if it's on her head, or I don't know where it is. There are probably a ton more that I've left out and completely forgotten about, but that kind of wraps up our Dark Age theories. I'm excited to read the book and to kind of come back and be like, oh, did we call that? I will be doing a Dark Age live reading vlog, which means I will be reading it in real time that I'm filming, so all of my reactions will be like straight on reactions. But anyway, if you guys have any Dark Age theories, leave them below and we can chat about them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.